What is going on, everybody? We have some exciting Spellslingers news for updates for the rest of the year, so let's take a look. What up, what up, what up? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Roxora, and here we do all things magic and magic Spellslingers. We have a really interesting update that came on Steam. I don't know why they did it here and not somewhere else, but there's some interesting news here talking about things upcoming going by month. So I figured we would just cover this and go over what's upcoming. Before we get into that, if you enjoy my content, remember, like, comment, subscribe, all of that stuff. So yeah, let's just get right into it. So first of all, coming towards the end of October, we're going to be getting a balance and a bug patch. Seems really good that they have planned out exactly when they plan to kind of fix things, so that we kind of have some anticipation of when things are coming, instead of just wondering, when we're going to get an update. So that's really nice. So some balance patches. I haven't really heard exactly what people are asking for in terms of adjustments. Personally, I don't really want any nerfs. Personally, I would rather just see some characters get buffs. Personally, so that there's a little bit more of a diversity in terms of viable planeswalkers. I've been going through like the entire roster, and definitely seems that there's some characters that are lacking. So I think that would be really cool. But let me know in the comments, what kind of stuff are you hoping for in the next balance patch? And then in terms of bugs, I haven't really noticed anything crazy, but obviously if there's anything small, anything that comes up, they'll take care of it. So it's good to know. And then in early November, we've got a new expansion, which is really exciting. The last expansion did a lot to kind of shake up the game and provide some new exciting stuff. The class cards being a big one. And then we've also got a new Spellslinger coming, so that's again very exciting. So it looks like it says 150 cards, and the important thing here is it's set on the Innistrad plane, and that's pretty exciting. A lot of people really like that plane. And then they mention a couple of interesting characters here, right? So we mentioned Sorin, but there's also going to be Avacyn, Gristlebrand, and Thalia. Now these are really big ones for people who kind of know kind of the story or the characters in Innistrad. Avacyn, really powerful angel. Gristlebrand, an insanely powerful demon. And then Thalia, a really powerful human that has a variety of cards that are all pretty strong. So all of these likely to lend themselves to some pretty interesting designs. Gristlebrand will probably end up being something very similar to Kothaped. Avacyn might be fairly similar to Akroma. I don't think we really have a good reference for what a good, powerful human would look like. I guess we have stuff like Danitha, but I don't think that's what Thalia is going to end up being. But regardless, I'm excited about that. And then we have some really important ones here. So first of all, they mention werewolves and vampires, two very common creature types on Innistrad. The vampires one, I'm not exactly sure what they're gonna do. I mean, there are already some vampire creatures. I think we'll just get some support. Maybe there'll be some kind of vampire tribal strategy or something, and Sorin, being a vampire planeswalker, might lend themselves well. What I'm really interested in is this werewolf thing, where if we look at a lot of the werewolf cards in Magic, so here's one of the notorious ones in Huntmaster of the Fells. It's actually a double-sided card, and I would be really interested to see if Spellslingers does that. So like in Magic, we kind of have it as during the day they are the humans, right, and when the moon is out, right, they are the werewolves, and there is specific clauses that transform them, right? So I'd be really intrigued to see if Spellslingers ends up doing something like that. Maybe there's some mechanic where they can do that. Obviously, again, they have a lot more leeway since it's digital. But even if they don't, I mean, even just like having werewolf cards itself that do something together, again, whatever the mechanic is, I'd be very interested to see. Now, the thing that really gets me, I would say cautious but interested, is this miracles mechanic, or this miracles thing that they reference here. So miracles is another card that we see from Magic, from the Innistrad set. So again, all of this is really thematic. I really like that. I really like that they're keeping everything on theme as a you know, someone who loves the Magic you know, kind of story, and how they turn story into card mechanics. So this is one of the more notorious miracles. There's a couple others that are really competitive in actual Magic. So Terminus here is a really expensive sorcery, but if you miracle it, meaning it is the first card you draw in that turn, you get to cast it for its miracle cost, which is obviously significantly lower. So they mention that here explicitly, and I'm really intrigued if that's going to be exactly what it is in Spellslingers, in which case it's probably going to be really strong. It's going to be good. I guess it depends on what they put on the miracle cards themselves, the effects. But that does seem pretty strong. Now, there's no real easy way to manipulate the top of your library. One of the things that made miracles in Magic really strong is we have a lot of things like scrying, ponder, brainstorm, these kinds of card effects that allow us to manipulate the top of our library, and there's not a lot of effects like that in Spellslingers at the moment. So assuming that is not a thing, and that's not ever going to be a thing, then miracles is likely to still be a good mechanic. It's just you probably are going to want to be able to play the miracle, the normal cost for the card anyways. But yeah, I'm really intrigued by this miracles mechanic. I'm really excited for this. So yeah, everything about this right here excites me. Like this whole sentence right here is just so exciting. Yes, and then they mentioned Soren here. They don't really give any information on Soren at the moment as to what is going to be. Again, the Vampire Lord. So again, my assumption is that he's going to do stuff with vampires, and the vampire tribe will be well supported if you play him play them in a Soren deck. So yeah. Then here's a really cool thing. So this is early November, and then in December, so just a month later, just a couple weeks later, they're going to have a balance and a bug patch for the Hellvault Unsealed set. So again, really like this, letting us know, hey, like even if there's a problem, we can feel calm and, you know, feel satisfied knowing that there is going to be fixes and balance patches coming up shortly after. So there's something in the game that shakes up the meta and super dominant. It won't be around for that long. If there's something that is, you know, really annoying, some kind of bug that is annoying, you won't have to deal with it, hopefully, for too long. All right. And then in mid-December, we're getting another Spellslinger. I'm very happy with this, to see that, like, we're getting more and more Spellslingers. I'm hoping that, again, the balance patches will also kind of make some of the lower powered ones a little bit better. Typically the more recent ones, again, like Drizzt and whatnot, have been pretty good on release, and then they've had to dial it back a little bit. So I'm not saying I expect that to be the same with these, but if that's the case, you know, again, it would be nice to have some buffs to the other characters as well. So yeah, so the only thing that we know about Sarah is that they mention healing magic. So that's a pretty interesting thing, to have a planeswalker that is focused on using healing cards. Again, we don't know exactly what the mechanic is going to be, but then there's this also really good deck building rule that allows her to include any card with white in it. So we don't know how many, but or like, it sounds like it's going to be any. Like, you can just have all white cards, no matter how many different ones there are. But I would imagine they would have some restriction on it. At least that's my hope. Because I think it would be pretty crazy to just allow her to essentially be like a 4 or 5 color commander, or to 4 or 5 color Spellslinger, just by having lots of white, multicolored cards, right? Black, white, red, white, you know, black, white. So green, white, even getting to run like Watch Wolf for free. Yeah, that seems kind of crazy. So I hope that they put some type of restriction on it in terms of numbers. I think it's pretty crazy if like Driss gets an insane restriction, but Sarah does not. So, anyways, that's my 2 cents on Sarah. Again, I don't know much at the moment, but yeah, that's pretty exciting. And then end of December, so just before the year ends, there'll be a rank reset. Oh, sorry, end of each month. Oh, sorry, that makes sense. There'll be a rank reset, so good to know exactly when ranks will reset. I don't think it was particularly clear beforehand. Maybe they said something about that, but the timing of it and the frequency of it, I think, was a little obscure originally. Now we kind of know every month rank reset, and again, that is good. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to, yeah, chat about this because I think getting to see that the game is guaranteed to get these kinds of updates. I think also the rate at which we're getting kind of new cards is fairly good. The amount is also nice because it's not like an insane amount. I don't remember how much the last expansion was, but it was not that much either. It was only 50, maybe it was only 50 cards. This will be a little bit more, so we'll see how that goes. But I would kind of be okay with small additions somewhat frequently as opposed to just huge chunks. So yeah, but anyways, that's gonna do it for this video. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed hearing my takes on this news. Remember, if you want to support my channel, you can do so by leaving a like, comment, and subscribing. That would really help me out. You can also catch me live Tuesdays and Thursdays starting at around 8 p.m. Eastern at twitch.tv/Ruxora098, playing Spellslingers all the time. Pretty much. Sometimes we'll play other things. Sometimes we'll play some Commander or things like that, but mostly Spellslingers. So go ahead and check me out there. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you for the next video.